So hi everyone, there's one shocking thing I learned about Spyro bikes. I do not know if you know of it or you might be like me because this one literally made me freeze by what I was seeing. If you're thinking about buying a Spyro bike or a friend wants a Spyro bike, watch this video and we talk about it because I wonder why they never talk about these things, and if they have been, I don't know why they don't shout about it, because to me it was, I don't know. Let's get into the video. So here I am with one, this has become like one of my best places. And if you see that reddish tint behind me, it gives me those Total Recall. You remember the movie? That Martian shot where somebody's gasping for breath. I think my other scene that really sticks my mind is that girl with three. Anyway, let's move back into the video. So a few days ago, the Spyro people gave me a motorcycle to ride, and I literally froze because my head could not imagine what it was looking at. You know those days when your eyes see something and then the brain gives you that thing of, wait a minute, I will get back to you later. That is what I was in. And it's not that because I do not know how to ride a motorcycle. I've ridden a Bajaj Boxer for over 80 years. Well, some time back, I rode that motorcycle so hard that it begged for water. Little did I know it was begging for my blood. I'll tell you the story. But then there are people who still meet me even now and ask me, hey, where is that motorcycle of yours? That Indian guy who designed the Bajaj Boxer is a guy who really understood the African continent. I mean, you can go to any village and it can be repaired. You go, when you run out of fuel, there is that extra pocket in the tank where you tilt it a little bit and you're off running. In fact, you remember that time when our Ugandan airline plane was stuck in Tanzania, some guy commented, aren't there border guys who are around there to show these guys what to do? That is the Bajaj effect. Anyway, back to the story. When you're beginning a motorcycle, they will always still teach you the basics to get the thing moving, whereby on your right hand you have the accelerator and the front brakes, and then on the left you have your clutch lever that helps you engage the gears. Let me tell you, when you're beginning, that gear thing can bully you until you also ask for water. So if you've ridden a motorcycle before, let me tell you, it might even be the reason why you gave up on motorcycles and said, my dear, why don't I wait for the automatic cars? Because they are, in as much as people would say those are cars for women. But if you've ridden for a long time, you know the pain. Even those on motorcycles, ask your border guy. When it has rained or it is very, very cold, after riding for a long time, believe me, the hand on the clutch is a real pain. You don't want to move it. Here, the right hand on the accelerator, that one is much easier. Just keep rotating, and for braking, reduce on the speed, and you can use the ones at the back tire. The hand on the left, my goodness, you get so tired at some point, and you're like, so anyway, once you've learned all the shenanigans and all the intricacies of managing how to get it out of position and you're driving, of course your next problem is speed. And that is why I was telling you, the Bajaj at some point decided to teach me its ways. Around 8 p.m. in the village, so many years ago, I was there cruising, enjoying the life. You know, that day I really particularly inspired to increase the speed to levels that were beyond normal because it was well at night. I know some of you have heard of stories of you cannot have an accident in the village at night with people because they can see lights from very far away. My lights were fully on. I was enjoying the life. In the village, there are these flies that wait for you when you're riding, and they fall into your eye and they really mess you up. That day they had all gone on holiday. It was a day perfectly for enjoying the nicestness of the road. And guess what? As I turned the corner, a very sharp corner, and on my side, which is the left, I see a boy riding a bicycle coming towards me. You can be shocked how the mind in that short instant of time can really comprehend so much. And the weird thing also for you, some of you have been in accidents. The horrible truth is that what you should do is not what you do. during an accident, when you're supposed to brake, you will accelerate. If you were supposed to accelerate, you will brake instead. The Bajaj just wanted it is flesh, and I had to pay it. So here we have two fools, one cruising at a high speed, and one is coming on the wrong side of the road. Now what do? I look at him, he does not seem interested in getting out of the road, so I say, let me go to the right. And you can guess what the other fool does. He also goes to the right, and there we smashed into each other. And you can't imagine the displacement. What is that principle of physics of where a body at rest, is it a body at motion? Let me not traumatize you. So I fly through the handbars. I mean, you can be shocked by the amount of distance you can fly after you've hit terminal velocity. I go straight to the other side of the road, and there I found it seemed the sole purpose of this rock, that it had been placed there for eternity to just do this one job. And that's where my helmet, because I wasn't putting on a helmet, dear kids, when you don't put on helmets, your head becomes a helmet. And that's where my helmet went. And if you're wondering about the lines in the middle of my face, yeah, that's the cause of the whole. I turned back, and there were guys who were passing by, and they come to this boy who is now lying down in the middle of the road, and one guy shouts, "Ha! This one is dead." They get me. They rushed me to the chairman's place because I have a case to answer. And the moment I reached there, I'm bleeding through that line. It was a long slit. And the chairman looks at me and says, I cannot even tolerate this. Take him to hospital. They get a border guy who rushes me where they sold me. It was in the next morning that I realized, no, the guy hadn't died. And they were actually two on the bicycle. They were from drinking. So, three fools all in a... Now that words are failing, why don't I try elsewhere? When one thing fails, you try another. So in the end, the matters were solved by the LC1, and because I was the one on the motorcycle, there were fines to be paid. Nobody died. Hopefully they got well. Me, I treated myself, and them. Anyway, for motorcycle owners, if you've ever ridden a motorcycle, when you're asking for another motorcycle from another person, you ask them about the gear system, because different manufacturers use different implementations. For the Bajaj to go higher in gear, you have to press the gear lever down. And then for other motorcycles, there's a different implementation. For example, the first one might be down, and the others are all up. And there's a neutral between 1 and 3, and probably between 4 and 5. So if you're riding a different motorcycle, you must ensure that you know what is happening. And this is what makes it very, very... So you get the idea. The whole thing is just stressing, confusing. And like how you struggle. Sometimes you just want to learn just a mere motorcycle. Not that you want to learn a lot of it, but that first principle of balancing, as we call it, balancing the fire, this side, of knowing the biting point when the clutch and the thing is engaged, and you have to increase some more of that accelerator such that you don't. So with all those confusing standards of this gear there, this gear here, the neutral is somewhere in between, that's what my head has gotten used to. So I sit on the motorcycle and my hand reaches for the clutch lever and it is not there. The motorcycle is automatic. I wasn't expecting that, and that made me freeze before the guy told me, no, it is an automatic. So I held on to accelerator, increased a little of that fire, and off we ran. Wow. Now, for you who are wondering what's the whole about, some of you may not have ridden cars until you had the automatic option. Now for motorcycles, you also have the good news of not having to struggle of which gear am I in, or how do I balance this. Now, Spyro gives you a motorcycle where you just put in the key, Of course, there are safety features also, but you hold on the accelerator. If you want to reduce, you just reduce on the accelerator. Of course, the brakes are also there, so no hassles. But you do not have to struggle with the gears because it is an automatic. I mean, what more in life would you ever want?
Bugatti riding slow tonight, cause I'm loving every moment under city lights. Bugatti riding slow tonight, cause I'm loving every moment under city lights. Bugatti riding slow tonight, cause I'm loving every moment under city lights.
Yeah, that's about it for today. But I have some more content about e-cars and e-vehicles, and more content is coming. The government recently opened a charging station for e-vehicles in Kampala around Amber House, and the video is right here. I talked to the players in the business and a few people. You know, if you want to know more, just click.